When you hear the term video game, most people assume to think of games as interactive media containing clear objectives or addicting feedback loops. While these games are more commonly known today, many others have started to center around sharing more profound and personal experiences. Using video games as the medium, developers have been able to become visual storytellers, creating narratives that tap into a player's emotions and immerse them into their worlds. Gris is an indie gem that excels at the latter. Developed by Nomada Studios and published by Devolver Digital, Gris released in 2019 to high praise from critics and fans alike for its unique art style, stellar soundtrack, and relatable story. Gris is an experience that you shouldn't pass up. What's unique about Gris is that the story is told in a show-don't-tell style. In fact, there's no dialogue present throughout the entire game. Gris expects you to take in the story from the environments you explore in each level. From the abilities you unlock, to the color palette, the architecture, everything contributes to the underlying narrative. You play as Gris, a young woman stuck in an unknown world. The game starts with Gris at her lowest point, as she's found falling off the hand of a crumbling statue, plummeting towards the ground. From there, you start your journey to uncover the world she inhabits, slowly finding answers along the way. I can't say any more without spoiling its themes or message, but it's much more satisfying to piece the story together yourself. Rest assured, Gris portrays a story that many players will relate to. In terms of gameplay, Gris is reminiscent of games in the puzzle platformer genre. As you progress throughout the game, each world introduces a new color. These colors not only contribute to the story, but introduce new mechanics and abilities that help you solve puzzles and traverse the world. For example, early on in the game, you discover the color red. This helps you navigate through some dilapidated ruins in the desert until you come across your first obstacle, a sandstorm. To avoid being swept away, you have to take cover inside the ruins, making quick dashes between structures when the storm clears. After a while, you discover a new ability, the power to turn into a cube. Now as you continue roaming the desert, you're able to hold your ground and push through the sandstorm until reaching safety. Gris is filled with moments like these, with sections that introduce new mechanics that keep the adventure fresh within its 3-hour runtime. The story of Gris is heavily conveyed through its visuals. Inspired by the styles of abstract and Art Nouveau, every frame of this game could be hung in a museum. Each structure, tree, platform, character has these clean geometric shapes which are complemented with watercolored skies and rays of light that scatter across the surface. Nomada Studios mentions how their vision for Gris was to make a world similar to a cohesive illustration, and that despite the repetition of assets, they strive to carry an organic feel. Color is an integral part of Gris that adds vibrancy to its environments. From the dark and secluded underwater caves with its blues and purples, to the bright reds and greens of the tranquil forest. It's incredible how much life the artists were able to achieve by constraining themselves towards a couple of colors per world. This game is simply art brought to life, and without this footage, many people would struggle to tell it's a video game. While the game's visuals provide story context and theming to the world, the music drives the game's emotion. The soundtrack was composed by Berlinist, a band of producers based in Barcelona. The composers of Berlinist crafted an incredible soundtrack that naturally fits Gris's visuals and story. Each track seamlessly complements what's happening in the game. Moments of exploration and puzzle solving are accompanied by soft ambient piano chords, while higher moments of intensity are amplified with string instruments and choirs. Sound effects are exceptional as well, with audio that makes Gris and her world feel abundant with life. It's no doubt the audio received the same level of quality as its striking visuals did. With stunning visuals, an incredible score, and a heartfelt story, Gris offers an experience that can only be told as an interactive piece. If you've been craving an interactive and emotional game among the likes of Journey and Abzu, I'd highly recommend picking this up. Gris is available on PC and all consoles for around $16.99, but can frequently be found on sale for around $7. Gris is the first game Nomada Studios has ever developed, and considering their first project has such a high level of quality, I eagerly await whatever they make in the future. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you liked what you watched, then please consider subscribing to this channel, because I'm going to be posting content about new indie games every month, and I'd really appreciate if you could help me out with a like and a subscribe. I know it's all that cheesy YouTube stuff that people ask, but it really, really helps a lot. So, once again, thanks for watching.